Let's just look at the day's stories and we'll come back to that discussion. Well, the spotlight tonight falls on Kenya's police service as questions of accountability intensify. A dramatic incident in Udhaya where armed officers stormed a church service attended by former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has left the public unsettled. Shots were fired and his motorcade targeted, raising serious concerns about who authorized such a deployment and why. This comes against the backdrop of other unresolved cases where officers unleashed chaos yet remain unpunished. Vera Mora starts our bulletin with that story.
When an official police Land Cruiser carrying armed officers stormed SK Udhaya, where former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was attending a church service with shots fired towards his motorcade. The situation escalated to the point that his security detail had to whisk him away. After the dust settled, all eyes turned to the highest-ranking police officer in the land, the police boss, Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja. 3 days later, the silence from the police service is deafening. The Director of Criminal Investigations, DCI, left the public to conduct their own layman investigations, with faces of officers and alleged goons splashed across social media. Citizens waited expecting the IJ to announce commencement of investigations or disciplinary action, but none so far. The Inspector General of Police, Douglas Kanja, is yet to explain who authorized such a deployment or under what protocol.
Definitely, there's no way a police vehicle will leave the station without having been given orders by their commanders. If this is an order that is coming from the national level, then it has to go through the normal police chain of command. The national level will inform the regional commander. The regional commander equally will inform his immediate junior, who is the county commander responsible for that area. And then the sub-county commander, if he himself is not going to the scene, then he will give his orders down to the sub-county commander, and then the sub-county commander will give instructions to the OCS. And all this is supposed to be documented so that we hold the people accountable at whatever level.
This is not an isolated incident. In Nandi Hills, police officers stormed a pool area and unleashed terror on the youth. Yet to date, no one has been held accountable. The IG insists IPOA took up the case, but 2 weeks later, what does this mean? Is this a force that shields its members at all costs, even when their actions undermine public trust and the rule of law?
What we saw was a breach of standing orders because no police officer is allowed to go for such an operation in civilian clothes.
The credibility of the police service rests not only on its ability to enforce the law, but also on its willingness to hold its own accountable. Failure to act on these high-profile cases risks eroding public trust and reinforcing the perception of impunity. Vera Mora, KTN.
Thank you for that report, Vera Mora. Now, Kenya